Good morning. Sorry I'm not with you guys today, but today I want to talk about ratiocination. You should have a paper copy of your draft. It's easier to do this with the paper copy, and you're going to have to turn it in. So to ratiocinate means to see again, right? That's what revise means. So we're only going to do 2 items for you to revise for sentence openings and for to be verbs. So what you have to do first is you have to use a symbol or a highlight to see what you need to get done. And then you're coding for that, and then you want to decode. For sentence openings, we're going to highlight the first word or use brackets up to the main verb in the independent clause. This will visually show you whether or not you use a variety of sentence structures. So what I want you to do, you have your handout you've pasted in. On your next available page, go ahead and write in sentence beginnings and today's date, paragraph 1, and then write how many sentences you have. Okay, so I have 10 sentences. And then I have paragraph 2. Let's say I have 5 sentences. Paragraph 3, I have 6 sentences, and go on and do that, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the show don't tell piece that we used the other day. So the ratiocination asked me to highlight or bracket up to the first clause, up to the preposition or the verb, the main verb. So I'm going to do the factory worker, because was frustrated is the verb phrase, right? Then I'm going to go to the next one. He had worked. And then my next one, every time he went to talk to his boss. Then I'm going to go here, when payday came around, that was it, right? He stomped his feet, I'll just up there because that's a prepositional phrase. And then we have come in. It was clear. And he finally asked, and I have sir, and then I want. Okay. So all I did was bracket the beginnings of sentences, up the initial clause. So, or I could have gone and just highlighted the he, every time, when, that, he, come, it, he, sir, I. You notice I still highlighted the first word and the dialogue, and that's quite okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my page here, and I'm going to start writing down the beginnings of my sentences. I'm going to write down, I had the, he, every time is 2 words actually, and when, that, he, come, it, he, and it. Now I want to label what part of speech are these. So now I want to go back to the beginning of the first week. Remember when we did this? We had what? Articles, pronouns, nouns, prepositions, participles, and we're going to write on this other today. But remember, we also have the preposition handout. So I'm going to use this and label those sentence beginnings. Sorry, get my act together here. All right, so the, we said, is an article, right? He is a subject, subject pronoun. Every is an adjective. When is an adverb. Now, you might not know it when you have an adverb, and that's okay. What you can just do is put other. And that is an adjective. He is a subject pronoun. Come is a verb. It is a subject pronoun, and he is a subject pronoun, and it is a subject pronoun. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to vary our sentence patterns. So a lot of times I probably saw in your papers, and I know you saw it too, you probably have a lot of subject pronouns like I and he or she, and it becomes repetitive. And this will help you change that, and also helps us have varying sentence lengths. So when I look at this, I go, okay, I have it's pretty good, but here I've got subject pronoun, do have a verb, but remember that was dialogue. I don't think I want to change my dialogue, right? Then I have subject pronoun, subject pronoun, subject pronoun. It, he, it. When I see 3 or more of the same, that's when I'm going to probably want to make a change. If I'm not changing this, actually I have 4. And so if I can change something, I could probably make a better sentence. And I might even make a participial phrase or an appositive phrase without even knowing it, right? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my page, and you have your paper in front of you. I'm going to look at the he. That was it. He stomped his feet with determination up the steel stairs and banged loudly on his boss's door. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the beginning up. And what I'm going to do, and what I want you to do, is get a Post-it note or an editing strip. They're in the cigar box at the front of the room. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to, I think I'm going to say, stomping his feet with determination. So I don't want to change the meaning, and I do like what I have there, but I do want to have varying sentence structures, right? Stomping his feet with determination up the steel stairs he banged loudly on his boss's door. Okay, now I still have that. He stomped his feet with determination up the steel stairs and banged loudly on his door. Stomping his feet with determination up the steel stairs, he banged loudly on his boss's door. I really just kind of rearranged it, and I actually made a participial phrase, which I'll talk about in the next video. But I'm just going to label it, go ahead and label it anyway. So now what I want to do is I want to put this editing strip, I can glue it right here and leave it on my paper, or if you use the post-it notes, you can just post it on your paper, and that way you have that. So now I'm going to right here, I'm going to make that change. Changed with participial phrase. Now, if you don't know what the phrase is or what you did, you can just say made the change. That's fine. And then here, I said he, subject pronoun. I'm just going to go ahead and change to a noun. I'm going to use a person's name. Okay? Sometimes we just use it, he, or he and she a lot, and sometimes we just need to vary that up with a person's name. And then you want to go on and you want to do the next paragraph. And as you'll see, it doesn't take a long time. I mean, it might take you a little bit, but it's well worth the results of having varying sentence degrees or varying sentences. Okay, thanks.